Hi, it's Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video we're taking a look at something which pretty much everybody needs. If you're into PCs, if you're into basically anything, doesn't matter how you live your life, whether you're doing DIY, whether you're messing with PCs or just trying to clean your house in general, this is something which a lot of people will have a very good use for. So this is the Reesibi AIR DUSTER. This is the model R5. This is a 90 watt fast charging 12 volt AIR DUSTER and has 3 speeds. So you've got 3 speeds, the first one being 50,000 RPM, second one being 70,000 RPM, and the highest one being 90,000 RPM. Now with this thing, you get 3 kind of levels of performance, and with that you get 3 levels of lifespan for the battery. So the first one is speed 1, you're looking at about 35 minutes. Speed 2, you're looking around about 25 minutes. And at speed 3, you're looking at about 20 minutes. So depending on what task it is you're doing, you should find this thing's absolutely fine. And to be fair, that is very similar to what you'd get from a conventional cordless vacuum. So yeah, pretty good stuff. It's got 3 batteries in there. So there's 3 2500 milliamp hour batteries. Whether or not those can be actually replaced, it doesn't appear that that comes off very easily at the bottom. But potentially if at some point you do want to change them out, I'm guessing it's going to be those standard 1855 batteries or 18650s, whatever they are, which they use in vapes and all that kind of good stuff. So hopefully you won't ever need that. It does come with a 1-year warranty anyway, and it's actually a pretty lightweight tool, weighing in at just over a pound in weight. So very convenient if you're someone who has problems with dexterity. The grip is actually pretty good as well, just a normal rounded grip, and you've got the off button, or on-off button I should say, at the back there, so that just slides into position. Next to that, you've got the USB Type-C fast charging port, and also above that there is a green LED which gives you an idea that the unit is actually on, and also flashes depending on what speed you've got the device set to. So it defaults to the lowest speed to start with, and if you want to increase speed, you have some buttons on the front in the trigger style. So the top button is for changing through those 3 various speeds. So press it once, it goes up a speed, press it again, goes up another speed, press it again, and it goes back to the original one, so it just rotates through. The bottom one is actually quite a useful thing. So if you are using this in a somewhat confined space, maybe you're doing a bit of DIY under the stairs, maybe putting in a new fuse box or something like that, there is actually a little built-in LED flashlight, which makes life a little bit easier. And for those of us, like myself, that are cleaning PCs and your PC's probably tucked away somewhere, actually being able to see into those nooks and crannies with the LED light on the front makes life a lot easier. So that is a very quick introduction to this unit. Let's take a look at the packaging and see what we actually get. So the packaging is pretty much what you would expect to see. So this is from a brand called Reesibi. There's a couple of different versions they do as well of this. So if this is maybe something you're looking at but you're not entirely convinced of the design, there's also other models available, and also there is one which includes a vacuum cleaner. So it does a multi-purpose, both a blower and a sucker. On the back of the box it goes into some of the specifications, so I'll put that on the screen for you so you can have a quick read through there, but essentially it should just replicate what I've already told you. When it comes to the actual internals and what you get included, so you get pretty much everything you expect. So obviously you get the hand duster itself, and also the nozzle which is on here does actually fold, so if you want to store it away you can do, and also if you want a little bit more space you can actually remove that nozzle as well, making it even smaller. If then you want to use a different nozzle, maybe you're someone who has a very expensive keyboard or mouse, or maybe just some of your other devices such as your mobile phone, etc., this part is really handy. So this just screws on, kind of a compression fit, flick it into position, and this has some nylon bristles on there. Now, this is really good for agitating the dirt and dust. I found this really helpful for my iPhone charging port. I've done videos on this previously, and there's all sorts of things you can use, but I find actually nylon bristles are pretty good and a non-destructive way of cleaning up your charging ports. And also, if you're finding that your phone isn't as loud as it used to be, maybe you've got a little dust and debris actually in the speaker ports or maybe in the microphone ports if people can't hear you, so definitely worth giving this a go on those should you need to. Also, if you are cleaning your PC and again getting into those nooks and crannies, there's always that section at the bottom of the motherboard and down by the PCI Express slots, which is super hard to get to, and if you're using maybe a rag or whatever to clean those bits, you never get it all. So with this, with the bristles on the end and being quite narrow, you can get into those areas very easily and leave it absolutely spotless. So what else do you get included? Well, you get a USB Type-C charging cable. Now this is color coded, so it's purple, so this will support fast charging. I think this is up to 20 watts of fast charging. It might be 30, I'm not entirely sure. Full charge on this, anywhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours for a completely flat battery. If you're just topping up, obviously it's going to take a little bit less than that. There are LEDs actually on the unit itself, so when you plug in the charger, it shows you its charging rate, and also the blue LEDs tell you how full the battery is. So there's 4 LEDs. 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100% respectively. When the unit is fully charged, all those LEDs will stay permanently lit, meaning it's ready to be used. Although obviously you can use it half charged or quarter charged, whatever you want to, right up until the point that the battery completely dies. And again, if you're not too sure when the battery is going to die, you do have this little instruction guide, and it goes through and tells you the item is all about, and also kind of charge times and run times, all that kind of usual stuff. Also included, whether or not you're going to need it, there are some cleaning cloths. So there is a embossed Reesibi glass cleaning cloth. Could be quite handy depending on what you're doing. Again, for mobile phones, PCs, for your tempered glass window, just giving that a quick wipe off. That's going to be quite handy for that. And when you're done and dusted, no pun intended, then you can stick all of this into the drawstring pouch for safekeeping. So if you're not putting it on charge straight away, chuck it all in the carry bag, stick it in your bag or stick it in your drawer, ready for the next time you want to use it. Now, before I go too much further, I should say as well, massive shout out and thanks to Colin Hilton. This was a gift from Colin Hilton. Very impressed with it so far. I actually have some mains powered dust busters as well, which are actually really good, but unfortunately, because they're kind of mains powered, you always get to the point of like, oh, where's our main socket, blah, blah, blah. This is actually really handy because it is portable, it is battery powered. So as long as it's charged and it's ready to go, it is actually very convenient indeed. And also, because it is battery powered and it is portable, it is somewhat easier to use and a little bit more ergonomically friendly, I suppose you would say. The air dusters tend to be a little bit bigger and bulkier and can make considerably more noise. This one, in terms of noise, isn't quiet by any means. I actually did some testing today with my noise tester at a distance of about a foot away, which I guess you're kind of going to be somewhere like that if you're actually holding it. And you can see the results on the screen right now. I think it topped out somewhere in the region of about 80 decibels. The normal noise floor in this room is anywhere between kind of 45 to 60 decibels, depending what is going on. But yeah, somewhere in that region is about right. But if you're slightly sensitive to noise, it is a little bit on the loud side. Although when you change through the 3 available speeds, the noise doesn't actually change. It's more of the pitch, so it doesn't actually get louder as such. Maybe 1 or 2 decibels at the very most. So again, very cool device. I've actually been using this in various places. Some of you may know that we've got a wood burner here, and Kath goes out the back and chops up wood to go on the fire because I'm busy doing video stuff. And there's always sawdust left around, and unfortunately we have cats and they have tails and they drag their tails through it and drag it around the house. So this is really good for blowing away some of that dust and debris. And actually, in terms of a DIY tool, I took it out into the back garden. We've just had some rain, so the sawdust was actually a little bit damp on the floor, but it actually made light work of it and blew it all away. So you can perhaps brush it all into one corner and get it ready for disposal or for whatever you want to do with it. So whether you're going to use this for around the house, for your PC, your electronics, or just for cleaning up your house, or maybe you're going to use it as part of your DIY routine for cleaning up after you've done your sawing, your drilling, whatever it might be, I think it's actually a very cool tool and not outrageously expensive. And generally, this particular brand, the Reesibi ones, quite often have sales on and discount codes. So I'll put some links in the video description so you can check it out should you wish to pick up one. And again, thanks very much to Colin Hilton for giving us this. Very, very handy. Very pleased with it indeed. And hopefully if you pick one up, you will be too. So I think that's going to pretty much wrap this one up. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, smash that like button. If you want to see more content like this on a daily basis, then maybe consider hitting the subscribe button, and then you can click on the chime button, and that way you'll be notified of future video releases. But for now, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.